Yes, ready.
Good evening. This is the Portage City Council meeting. I am calling the meeting to order. We are remote. We are all in our own homes being safe, and I hope you are too. We are going to now have the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
I didn't miss the pledge, did I?
Can you see the agenda?
I can see the agenda, Nina. Did we get the pledge?
Yes, ma'am.
The pledge played already?
Yes.
Okay, we didn't hear that. So thank you very much, everybody. Nina, would you please call the roll?
Councilman Alvarez?
Here.
Councilperson Pogorski?
Here.
Councilperson Geishurst?
Here.
Councilperson Clem?
Here.
Councilperson Williams?
Here.
Councilperson Gully?
Brian, I think you're muted.
Here.
Councilperson Zilli?
Here.
Before we begin with the approval of the minutes, Attorney Whitten has a couple of things to bring up.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. As you all know, we have later on our agenda the consideration of ordinance 20-4, which is an amendment to the zoning ordinance. It's essentially a rezone. In a typical meeting, we would open the floor to public comment before entertaining the first reading of this ordinance, but of course, we all know we're in strange times. So given the governor's executive order and the follow-up explanations by the Public Access Counselor, I think this is about the best and only way we can do this. So in consulting with the clerk treasurer, she has a venue or a medium by which people can message in comments that they might have regarding this ordinance we're going to take up later in the meeting. So I would like to have the clerk treasurer explain that. Folks can message in during this meeting, and we will read your comments when we take up the ordinance. And then after this meeting, you can continue to deliver your messages up until we have the second reading at a subsequent meeting. So Nina, if you could kind of explain to the folks how they might be able to message in.
Right. Colin, can you see Facebook comments?
Yes, I can monitor Facebook if anybody comments on Facebook.
Okay,
That'll work.
so yeah, so any comments or questions that anyone has for the public hearing regarding ordinance 20-03, you can, I'm sorry, 04, you can address it there. You can also email nrevis@portage-in.com the rest of the week until the next meeting pertaining to the approval of this ordinance.
Yes, and we will give everyone time. We know that there's a bit of a delay, so we'll give everyone some time to comment if there are any comments on that particular public hearing ordinance.
That'll work.
Okay, we're going to move on to the approval of the March. We have two sets of minutes to approve. March 3rd, our regular council meeting, and March 7th, which was a special meeting. So I would ask that we approve those separately, please. So I'll ask for a motion for approval of the March 3rd minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from March 3rd. I'll
Do we have a
second.
second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. approving the March 3rd minutes. All in favor signify by saying aye. Wait, I take
Nope.
that back.
Roll call.
When we're remote, we have to do a roll call vote, Nina.
Okay.
Okay. Councilman Alvarez,
Yes.
Councilperson Pogorski,
Yes.
Councilperson Geisel-Hurst,
Yes.
Councilperson Clem,
Yes.
Councilperson Williams,
Yes.
Councilperson Gully,
Yes.
Councilperson Zilli.
Yes.
So we need a motion for approval of our March 9th special meeting. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll, Nina.
Councilperson Alvarez,
Yes.
Councilperson Pogorski,
Yes.
Councilperson Geisel-Hurst,
Yes.
Councilperson Clem,
Yes.
Councilperson Williams,
Yes.
Councilperson Gully,
Yes.
Councilperson Zilli.
Yes.
So we have communications and correspondence from the mayor. I'm in the sunshine here. I just have a couple of things I'd like to bring up before we get started. I have talked to Superintendent Reeder of the sanitation department, and he has requested that people do not place item outside of their toter. We have done an all call on this, but people are continuing to do it. If you put items outside of your toter, they will not be picked up. This is a safety concern for our employees, and we are not picking up any items outside of the toter. So please, we are not having amnesty or nothing outside of the toter. The other thing is, I'm not sure if everybody saw it. I sent you all a link today, and it is up on our website and our Facebook of how you can go to the county now and track the COVID-19 cases that are in the county. If you see that there are 77 today in the county, what concerns me is 38 of them are from Portage Township. So it tells me that maybe we need to do a better job at staying home and not running to the grocery store and every other place that we feel we need to go during this next 2 weeks. So I'm asking everybody to please refrain from going out and mingling with other people. If you have to go to the store, please wear a mask and protect yourself. This next 2 weeks is going to be very critical for us, and we don't want our numbers to go any higher. So that's my announcements. We will be doing an all call later in the week. Clerk Treasurer, do you have anything to report?
I just have, you guys all received the financials in Dropbox, and then also I have the information for the Indiana Bond Bank's Help Equipment Lease Program. It's a very reduced low rate. They vet different financial institutions and do the bidding for us. And so we have the interest rate that we got is just a little over 2% for the purchase of 12 new police vehicles. That would be paid, the total amount would be $500,000. And that would be to be paid back over 5 years.
I'd just like to comment. I think all of us saw the correspondence from Chief Candiano outlining the sense of urgency here. We have vehicles that are extremely old that are causing us to spend more money on repairs and maintenance than we should be. We also have some new police officers coming into the ranks that don't have vehicles. A lot of this stems from not keeping up on purchasing vehicles in a regularly scheduled manner. Public safety obviously is paramount. We have to have cars on the road that are safe for our police officers. We have to provide vehicles for them. I know these are tough financial times, but personally, this is something I support.
I do as well. Council President Williams, well said. I do believe it's in a need for our public safety as well. I hope we all support this and move forward and get the equipment that they need.
So Dan, does the council need to take a vote on this?
Yes.
So we will need a motion to approve moving forward with the purchase of the 12 new police cars.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we authorize our clerk treasurer, Nina Rivas, to move forward with this help equipment lease program, which also includes some laptops, equipment. It's not just the 12 vehicles, but again, for the reasons I stated earlier, I make a motion to move this equipment lease program forward.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on the lease for the police cars? If not, please do a roll call vote, Nina.
Councilperson Alvarez,
Yes.
Councilperson Jaworski,
Yes.
Councilperson Geishurst,
Yes.
Councilperson Clem,
Yes.
Councilperson Williams,
Yes.
Councilperson Gully,
Yes.
Councilperson Zilli.
Yes.
So item B, mid-year advance funding from the bond bank. Nina, would you explain that, please?
So because of the governor's order that allows for property taxes to be late without being penalized, a lot of units of government are concerned with that and what that means to their June tax draw. In speaking with Vicki at the county, Vicki Urbanek, the auditor, there's no way for us to gauge what the impact is going to be, not just with property taxes and that draw, but even with utility payments and what that might mean in terms of their pilot payment. So it's just being monitored right now closely. At the next meeting, I'd be able to provide more information on what we think the impact might be. Property tax bills are due May 11th. To apply and get mid or late July funding from the Indiana Bond Bank, we would need to apply May 8th. So that's just a couple days after the next council meeting. Well, actually, we moved the council meeting.
Yes, we're meeting the second Tuesday of May.
Right. So actually, I would have to look at
But we
that.
need to do that now that it's not the election?
I think we just keep it, well, I don't know. That's a good point, Mayor. If we have a deadline with
Mhm.
information and you can get that information to us in a timely manner, it may behoove us to move our meeting back to the first Tuesday.
I would recommend that.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
otherwise we wouldn't get the funding until August.
Well, this way it would keep, we'd be able to adhere to the timeline, correct? And not miss any deadline.
Correct. And by that time too, like I said, we'll have more information on what we think we might need to borrow. And it's basically, it would just be a tax anticipation loan. Basically, it's in advance of what funding we're not going to get maybe in June that we won't get till December.
How does that affect us year in? So we borrow against what we thought we were going to get, but we don't get it. You know what I'm saying? We don't, for some reason, people don't pay their property taxes because of the economic situation that families may be in. Is this new territory, or is this?
This is new just because of the COVID-19 and the governor's order. But that's why, keeping in mind for budget time, you shouldn't anticipate receiving 100% of your property taxes.
Right.
You should always.
We ever do, but it could be worse. I mean, could we end up with 80% or 85%? I mean, yes, the May 11th tax deadline is going to be some indication of where we could end up. So I make a motion that we change our May council meeting back to the first Tuesday. Originally, the thought with the primary, we had to move it second Tuesday. I don't have that date exactly what it is, but it'd be the Tuesday of the month, which is our normally scheduled meeting time.
It'd be May 5th,
May 5th, thank you.
right? Yeah, May 5th.
All right.
Well, I'll make a motion to move our May meeting back to May 5th, which was the originally scheduled date, and to move our June meeting to the second Tuesday in June to accommodate the new primary date.
Good point. Thank you, Colin. Yeah. I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to move the May meeting back to the first Tuesday in May and the June meeting to the second Tuesday in May.
Yeah.
Nina, is there any further discussion on that? If not, Nina, please do the roll call.
Councilperson Alvarez,
Yes.
Councilperson Pigorski,
Yes.
Councilperson Geist-Hurst,
Yes.
Councilperson Clem,
Yes.
Councilperson Williams,
Yes.
Councilperson Gully. Councilperson Zilli.
Yes.
So under unfinished business, we have ordinance 20-3, which is various fire personnel matters. Scott, you want to take that over? That's for you.
Sure, thank you. Colin, I know this is the second reading of that ordinance. Would you take that one, please?
Sure. Ordinance number 20-03, an ordinance of the city of Portage, Indiana, amending sections 46-43, 46-45, and 46-49A of the city of Portage Municipal Code. Let the record reflect this has been read in full and a motion to adopt. We read this in full at the March council meeting, so we will move for adoption.
Second.
Do you need to vote, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a second, so we'll have to vote on whether we adopt that ordinance change.
And just a reminder, these were various changes proposed by the fire chief in consultation with the fire union. We did read it in March. We didn't receive any changes back from either side, so we will proceed with it as written.
Okay, Nina, would you please call the roll?
Councilperson Alvarez,
Yes.
Councilperson Pigorski,
Yes.
Councilperson Geist-Hurst,
Yes.
Councilperson Clem,
Yes.
Councilperson Williams,
Yes.
Councilperson Gully,
Yes.
Councilperson Zilli.
Yes.
So under new business, we have an ordinance 20-04, amending chapter 90, article 5 of the Portage Municipal Code. Scott, you want to take that?
Yes. So this is the municipal code. Is this for the zoning change, right?
Yes.
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 Deb, would you take that, please?
Sure. So the amending of chapter 90, article 5, the zoning shall be changed from BP Business Park to L1 Light Industrial on the property commonly known as 5400, 5440, and 5500 US Highway 20, Melton Road at 12.87 plus or minus acres. Let this reflect it's been read in its entirety.
All right. So this is the first reading of this. And this is what Attorney Whitten alluded to earlier, that we will seek public comment on this particular zoning change and vote on, have a second reading of this zoning change with any public comment at a subsequent meeting.
Dan, could you possibly, I know this went through RDC, just provide for those watching what exactly, where this property is and what they're looking to do? And then I am monitoring for any comments.
So, yeah, just to kind of the 100-mile view of this went through a whole public hearing at the planning commission level, and it's the two parcels adjacent to one another, the old Don's Motel property, frankly. And there's a buyer that is putting in their trucking business. And so they had, the RDC has vetted this property out for the prospective buyers to make offers. This was the best purchaser inquiry, so we went through the whole RDC process for the sale. The sale was contingent upon the zoning change, and as I've indicated, that zoning change petition went through the Planning Commission process. There was a public hearing, and what you have in front of you is the zoning ordinance change based upon the favorable ruling for the zoning change up from the Planning Commission. So the Planning Commission has sent it up with a favorable asking you to approve the rezone.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. As of now, I have not seen any comments come into Facebook. We'll give it probably another 30 seconds. We know we're a little behind, but I haven't seen anything come in on Facebook.
Okay.
Do we want to set a special meeting, another virtual meeting to address this in the near future today?
So Scott, if I could chime in for just a second, I have been in contact with a real estate broker that's, facilitating this closing. There's no particular terrible urgency, so we do have, if we could do it in the next week or two, that they said that would be fine. So even next week would be fine, Scott.
All right, then, well, I'll get an email out and be in contact with you, Attorney Whitten, on what time frame, what day, may be best to do that. So you'll be hearing from me on when we may want to set that special meeting.
And so far, no comments on Facebook. So I mean, unless something comes in the next 2 minutes, I think we can go ahead and close this, and comments can be made to the council before our next meeting or at our next meeting.
Right,
correct.
So I guess, given that this is kind of an unusual time in our lives here, I would like the council to weigh in if they have any comments, since the public is watching. If you have anything you want to say, take that opportunity now to speak to the public.
Yeah, Mayor, thank you. I put on the RDC as well. I know this has been presented to us a couple of times in the past administration and into this administration. I think it's a good use for the property. It's what we were looking for on Highway 20. They have come in to purchase. Dan, I think it's 12 acres available, and they're purchasing all 12, correct? Or are they just doing 6? So
they're doing this actually too.
That are available.
I hope I'm not, am I talking over somebody? I hope not.
You're fine.
That's a great question, Colin, because just to bring everybody up to speed, originally they were purchasing half, but had expressed an interest in the, maybe at a later time, looking at the other 6 point some odd acres. We revisited that with them, and based upon that, they have made an offer on the other half. So we're treating this, it's going to be one closing, but it's technically 2 parcels, and we're picking the whole thing up.
This also, this sale will give the RDC some flexibility in its budget. This is going to immensely help the RDC budget, which is really tight this year. So this is going to be a big help to the RDC's budget going forward.
Yes, it will, Colin. So, council members, going back to what's going on in our world today, is there anything that you would like to speak to the public about while we are online?
I would, Mayor, if you don't mind. We're into, obviously, it's a scary time, but it's also coming into Easter, and Easter is not going to be the same for everybody this weekend. So I would just wish everyone a blessed Easter, and I hope that everyone stays safe and video chats with everybody in their family that they can't be with, and we will get through this. Would you like to mention anything about any signage that some of us are putting out?
Yes, Deb, thank you for that. We do have some signs, banners that are going up that are
Yeah.
saying, together we are one, Portage Strong, and they will be placed around the city. There's also a different style that's going on because the schools and the YMCA, the food pantry, the township trustee's office, and the city are all working together to make sure that all of our families are fed and eating well and staying healthy during this time. So we are a group of people calling ourselves Portage Strong Together. So you will be seeing those banners. I want to thank Kevin down at KDP for making them for us and trying to give people hope that we are in kind of a crazy time, but we are going to get through this because we are a very strong community and we are supporting one another. There's a lot of people volunteering to help with this food distribution, and it's simply amazing. So council, if you want to weigh in on any of these comments, please, now is your opportunity.
I would like to thank the Crispin staff and teachers who paraded through the Crispin district today. The teachers showing that they are, missing their students. It was a nice indication of how our community can come together. Many of the residents were able to be at curbside and cheering them on. It was just a beautiful event.
I'd like to thank police officers who escorted the various schools throughout the city. Kyle School had one last week. I know there have been other schools, I think, but Jones had one. So it's inspiring to know that the children are getting in touch with their teachers, and I think this is a good thing for our community.
Absolutely.
One thing I have to say is everyone needs to stay home and put safety first. That's all I have to say. I think everyone needs to do their part, and they know what their part is. That's just stay at home. Simple as that.
I'd like to say thank you to everyone at home who's tuning in tonight. As my fellow members said, this is definitely a unprecedented time in the world, and we're all in it together. And so thank you to the whole community for coming together and doing the various acts, the Stronger Together initiative, and we'll get through it. Thank you.
I too want to thank everyone at home watching. I noticed at one point we were up to, I think, 65 people watching, which is more than we normally get at our meetings. So that's a good sign for us. So I do want to thank everybody at home for tuning in tonight. This is an abnormal time, but I'm glad to see that the city is able to now do this remotely. I'm not sure that 3 months ago we would have been able to do this if we needed to meet remotely. So it's very good that we were able to do it.
Absolutely.
I just want to take a minute to, I see Amy LaValle's on. I want to thank her for doing a write-up on the issue that we had in Camelot Manor earlier with working with landlords. If any residents have issues with landlords not wanting to work with you on late fees or anything, please reach out. There's not a whole lot we can do, but I know I, for one, will do everything I can to try and make sure that any of those issues are worked out. You can reach out to the trustee's office as well. Just let us know if you have any issues. Like I said, the mayor's doing a great job with coordinating food, and there's a lot of issues, and so don't hesitate to reach out if anybody has any.
I think we do have one other agenda item, right, Mayor?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it on my agenda.
It's
The salary ordinance
Oh,
amendment.
I apologize. The 2020 salary ordinance amendment.
Colin, would you take that, please?
Sure. Ordinance 20-01 amendment, an ordinance amending the 2020 salary ordinance of the city of Portage. Be it and it hereby is ordained by the Common Council of the city of Portage, Indiana as follows. Section 1, ordinance amendment. The section entitled administrative positions of the 2020 salary ordinance currently written as follows: street and sanitation assistant superintendent, $74,954.80 max salary, shall hereby be amended to read as follows: streets and sanitation assistant superintendent, $65,000 max salary. So this is a decrease of approximately $9,046 in the salary for that line item. Section 2, ordinance amendment, the section entitled Administrative Positions of the 2020 Salary Ordinance currently written as follows. Fire Division Chiefs 2, 3, and 4 shall hereby be amended to read as follows. Fire Battalion Chief. Let the record reflect this has been read in full. This is a first reading, so I'll make a motion to suspend so we can pass this on first reading since it's decreasing a salary and just retitling positions at the request of the fire chief.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, Nina, would you please roll?
Councilperson Alvarez,
Yes.
Councilperson Podgorski,
Yes.
Councilperson Geishurst,
Yes.
Councilperson Clem,
Yes.
Councilperson Williams,
Yes.
Councilperson Gully,
Yes.
Councilperson Zilli.
Yes, and I'll make a motion to adopt.
Second.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a, any further discussion? If not, Nina, please call the roll.
Councilperson Alvarez,
Yes.
Councilperson
Yeah.
Clem,
Yes.
Councilperson Williams,
Yes.
Councilperson Gully,
Yes.
Councilperson Zilli.
Yes.
If that is all that's on the agenda, I don't have the agenda in front of me. I made some scratches, but Nina, you said that you bring it up there, so I'm sorry I missed that.
Oh. It's
I
okay.
think that is everything on the agenda.
Okay.
And Mayor, if I could just chime in for a second, I just wanted to remind or let the council and everybody know that our clerk treasurer has caught up all of the delinquent 1095Cs from the prior clerk treasurer's administration. So we are now in compliance on 16, 17, 18. Correct, Nina?
Correct.
Good job.
Good job, Nina.
Good job, Dana.
Way to go,
Good job,
Nina.
Nina.
That's all I have.
Is there anything else that anybody would like to bring up at this time?
Motion
I
to
just
adjourn.
want to say,
Oh, sorry, Gina.
no problem. I just want to make sure, that we do stay home, but also remember to check on your neighbors, especially the elderly around.
Very
Absolutely.
good. Yep.
Always do.
And
Now I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I want to wish everyone a happy Easter. There are church services all over online. Any of the churches in our community, I've been meeting with the faith community. They're going to be feeding the workers at North Shore and Porter Hospital on Thursday and praying for them. But they will be having online services, so it doesn't matter what denomination you are. If you would like to join them, they would be happy to have you.
In Mayor, I believe tomorrow you will be live with 3 other mayors, right, to discuss COVID-19, right?
Yes, we meet every Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock remotely and discuss where our cities are with the COVID-19, and we exchange ideas on things that we can do better or things that we need to do. So it's a great exchange every Wednesday morning. I look forward to it. We are going to be doing, the mayors are going to be doing a portagelife.com telecast on Thursday, I believe, at 10 o'clock. It's going to be about 30 minutes. And then I will head down to the hospital to meet with the faith community to pass out the lunches.
But you're also, I thought I read, you're doing
Right.
zooming around NWI, right? With
Yeah, that is tomorrow night. Zooming around Indiana is with Mayor McDermott and several other mayors. This is a weekly thing that's going on as well, trying to keep up with the various cities and what they are doing to keep their cities intact and their citizens, informed during this time. So that will be on Go Hammond. It's on Facebook. So we did post that out
Yeah.
on our own Facebook, I believe, so you can check in on that. You can watch it, but it will be posted to watch at a later date too.
All right, good.
So everybody stay in. If you go out, wear your mask. We did have a motion, I believe, in a second to adjourn. Nina, would you please call the roll?
Councilperson Alvarez,
Yes.
Councilperson Pogorski,
Yes.
Councilperson Geishurst,
Yes.
Councilperson Clem,
Yes.
Councilperson Williams,
Yes.
Councilperson Gully,
Yes.
Councilperson Zilli.
Yes.
All right, everybody be safe. Talk to you
Yes.
soon.
All right. Happy Easter.
Yes.
Happy Easter
And be safe.
Happy Easter.
Stay home.
too.